Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back again. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to beat Night 2 without being scared. Night 2 is a lot more easier than you think. The problem is there is one mistake that a lot of people keep making when it comes to Night 2. I'm going to teach you guys how to stop making that shit and to actually beat this night once and for all. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. First things first. Now there is a new role called Fearless. It doesn't really matter what role you use for Night 2, but I heavily recommend using Fearless because that makes your anxiety increase a lot more slower, but when you also check the cameras again, your anxiety decreases a lot more faster. So for Night 2, Fearless is your best friend. Now typically you're told to listen to the phone guy's conversation on the phone. Well, guess what? You can actually just skip that. That'll just save your ass a lot of time. Now, our next step is to find the basement key. So, I'm going to show you every possible spot and location when it comes to finding the basement key so that you can get the objectives done a lot more sooner than later. So that was one location back on that table right there. The second location can be found on this racket right next to this box right here. And if it's not there, then we're going to run all the way down to where the generator kind of is through this door, and you can find the basement key right here. And in my gameplay, this is where the basement key was for me. So the sooner you find this basement key, like I'm telling you, things will get done a lot more faster. And keep in mind, on Night 2, Godzilla also spawns in a lot more faster. I would say at least by maybe 12:30, 12:40ish tops. But yeah, anyways, this will be another spawn location somewhere on this racket here. And if it's not there, you can find the key by this Godzilla mask right here. And our last and final location, this is by the computers, and it'll be right here. And yeah, that is all of the locations for the basement key. So once you find it, make your way back, kind of like where the office is. And this is where you can finally unlock the basement. And beware, this is where the real fun begins, because it's not one Anguirus, but there's two Anguiruses down here in the basement, which is fucking insane. Now here's where things apparently start getting difficult. So the next objective is we have to find all 5 parts for this Cybot animatronic right here. Now this is another enemy that's been included in Night 2. So basically this night is a 4v1 against you. So you got 2 Anguiruses, Godzilla, and now the Cybot character, and it's fucking creepy. So anyways, let's go back to the basement and show you guys every possible spawn location for the Cybot parts that you need to finish this task. So when you first come down to the basement, there's 2 ways to go about this. Go through the vent or just make 2 right turns. But in this case, we're going to make 2 right turns. And one of the first spawn locations can be found on top of the crates right there. And if it's not there, there's a door. Oh, okay, there's Anguirus. So yeah, one of the Anguiruses, you got to be careful because they are quiet compared to Godzilla, and they actually can't chase you up the stairs, so you'll be fine. Don't worry. Even if he does come back, you can just wait by the staircase until he goes away again. But anyways, our next location will be by the crates again. If it's not there, it will be on the floor somewhere here. And if you can't find anything here, by this piece of paper, by this vent here, is another spawn location. And going through this vent now, just keep going. It's another straight line, but make a right, and through this vent you can also find another spawn location by that computer there. And if we go out through this door, this is kind of the direction I was trying to go anyways, because this will lead us back to kind of where the staircase is by the basement. So you'll see Anguirus is right there again. You got to really be careful because again, yeah, Anguirus pops up out of nowhere. But you'll notice, like, yeah, this whole room is kind of like a circle. So like, you can easily just like kind of take a route like this and just wait by the staircase. And once he stops chasing you, you're good. Like, just rinse and repeat until you get all 5 parts. And also, even when he does stop chasing you, just check and make sure, because again, he is so quiet. I almost went out there and boom, there he is right there. So I was like, oh shit, okay, let me just go back through the vent. Again, this left side of the vent maze right here is actually really helpful. Like at first I was kind of confused too, but after a while you'll understand, you know, how to navigate through the vents. It's really fucking easy. These are like shortcuts. But anyways, we're sticking our way back exactly where we came from, and here we are again. So another spawn location is through this door right here, which is where I was trying to go this whole entire time. Oh my goodness, it'll be on top of this desk right here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. This is my 1 out of 5. All right, and now that I got that part, another possible spawn location will be over here. So we're on more on the left side here. There is going to be a door on the very left side here, and this is kind of like where the Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla posters at. So this is my 2 out of 5 right here. Cool. And then now we go back out through this door and another possible spawn location. The best way to memorize this, there are a bunch of little toy buildings right here, and bam, there is another spawn location right here. This is my 3 out of 5. Now, be careful when coming through this area right here, because sometimes you'll get chased, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. So anytime you hear Anguirus start chasing you, just haul ass, coming back where you started, go back to the staircase, and boom, he is just nowhere to be seen again. Now, a new tip too is, let's say you do have any of the Cybot parts and you die, they will just self-reset and go back exactly where they came from in their spawn. So if you die while having the parts, you won't have them again. You have to go all the way back and pick them up again. So please be careful. And in my case, I was like, you know what? Since I'm back up here, I'll at least put in, 3 out of 5 for now, since I only have 2 more left to go anyways. And it's kind of helpful too, because another thing too is, night 2 is a lot more slower than night 1. So it's actually pretty peaceful and helpful when, you just have more than one thing to worry about. So in my case, this is one thing, putting parts back on the Cybot character. But let's say that the power does go out. Again, it's not as scary as it was the first time around on night 1, because this is not the essential part of night 2 just yet. But definitely keep up with the generator still, because obviously once it's 0%, that means no power and no time passes, and it'll just make night 2 a lot more slower than it should be. Alright, so again, not to confuse anybody that's watching this video, because I'm one of those people, I don't like to confuse people. So anyways, we're back to the basement. Now we can finally go on the right side and not the left side this time. So for the last set of parts, again, I call this the Gigan/Megalon route. So that's how I also memorize this stuff. Don't worry about that tape, by the way. But yeah, so anyways, where I was trying to go originally, it was through this door. This is where one of the Anguirus first starts out when it comes to night 2. Go through this door first, and you can find another location by that computer right there. This is also dead end, so be careful when leaving. Anyways, then afterwards, go through this door, and you can find another location by this racket here. And if there's nothing there, then go through this hallway, and you'll find another part by these set of crates right here. And if there's still nothing there, don't worry, you can find another part by this massive crate right here, or these little box of crates, whatever it is. But yeah, if not, go to this vent, and along the way, you can't miss it. You'll see, and I'm actually glad I got it in this gameplay, because you'll find this other part just randomly in the vent right here, and boom. And don't worry, there's actually one more location, and this is the reason why I don't go this way, because the other Anguirus is actually stuck in the vent. So even if you wanted to try and go through this way, you really can't, because, for one, he gets stuck, and when you try to run past him, he's going to automatically insta-kill you, and it's really fucking annoying. And you'll see him probably, around right there. So either way, whether I run back or not, trust me, he will kill you one way or another. So anyways, we're just going to go back the way that we came from, just again, so that people that are watching are not confused. So, if you already understand where you're going, obviously I got timestamps and all that shit in the description, but don't worry. But anyways, we're leaving, and we're going all the way back to where the Cybot character is at. And be careful when leaving through here. And again, sometimes Anguirus will pop up, sometimes he won't. But yeah, again, this is the best way to just kind of memorize where you're going. So even if you're going through the vent, this will take you all the way back out here. And if you're still going, then yeah, you can come out all the way through there. And I'm telling you, these vents take you all the way back to where you first came from. But I don't want to confuse anyone, but the shortcut that we did come from was initially from over here when we first started, because there's still that last location I didn't show you guys yet, because we went straight and made a right turn, but we didn't go exactly all the way forward. But on the way back, again, that piece of paper is my landscape. That is how I know, okay, this is my ticket out the door. So real quick, I'm going to show you guys this last location, and then we can finally move on with the last and final thing of what not to do when it comes to finishing night 2. It doesn't matter how good you have it, you will always fail doing this. But anyways, make a left right here, and bam, that is the last and final location for all 5 parts for Cybot. Now let's say you have 4 out of 5 and you look through all the locations and you still can't find it. it's not you, bro. Legitimately, this game can be bugged sometimes. So sometimes in your game, you won't have all 5 parts guaranteed, but in most games, you'll be fine. So if you get 4 out of 5 and you still don't find anything, just restart. I know it sucks, but yeah, just restart. And be careful when going back up the stairs, because sometimes, like, yes, Anguirus will be in this area, and I was like, oh shit, I almost got caught right here. But yeah, just slowly make your way back and just haul ass. And yeah, you'll notice too, yeah, Anguirus, again, he's not that dangerous, but you know, if you want to test his range and shit, again, like, this is the best that he really does. So, like, even if he's, like, by the vent, like, he can't run towards you unless, like, you're really, really close to him and all that shit. But, yeah, I just wanted to, like, just show that real quick for those that are just fucking scared. But, anyways, here we are. It's a home run now. And, honestly, that's not bad on time, especially given this tutorial. Like, the fact that it's only 3:30, like, we're basically, like, already halfway done. But, again, here's where the biggest mistake starts to kick in. So let's say, okay, great, I have all 5 parts. Congratulations, I'm proud of you. But here's the thing, when you put in that last and final part, this Cybot character comes to life. And remember, I didn't even make it to 6 a.m. yet, so you're just asking yourself to just die before it's even 6 a.m. And it's not just Cybot that's here with you now, it's also Anguirus. And here's the problem, Cybot, so every time you look away, that's when he starts moving. But when you look back at him, yeah, he stops. And I hate characters that do that shit. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So again, let's say you're like, oh, geez, it's fine, I'll turn on the power. Nope, you're screwed. It's over, bro. It's over. Again, you have Godzilla, Cybot, and now Anguirus. I'm going to show you guys what it's like. It doesn't matter how good you thought Night 2 was going for you. Once you put in that last and final part, it's over. You can run past them, yeah, that's fine, but I'm telling you, bro, if you're being chased by one of them, and like, let's say another character's around like Anguirus, so you're going to see it all in this gameplay right here, like as an example. Like, you can have all 3 of them in the same fucking room, bro. It's crazy, so please don't do this shit. Please. So instead, this is what you're going to do. You're going to collect all 5 parts, install 4 out of 5 parts, and just hold on to the last one until it hits about 6 a.m. And then once you hit 6 a.m., you can easily install it, and that'll give you enough time to just run and get the fuck out of there. Now, here's where things also get tricky too, because I know before, like, you were able to have your flashlight on, but for some reason now when it comes to escaping, like you'll see right here, so as soon as I put in that last part, like, my flashlight just completely disappears and you're just running around in the dark. So just pray to God that hopefully you can reach the exit, because sometimes Anguirus will be right there, and if he is, you know, I got fucking lost, so I ended up just literally just dying. So when I respawned again, I just ran through the left side of the office way and just made my way up to the exit. Be careful when running still, because literally all 3 of them are still around. So literally just as soon as you can, just get to that exit and leave. That Cybot character will slowly but surely come after you, even in the dark. So I didn't even want to fuck around and wait that much longer. I said, okay, I can hear him coming, and then I just left. But yeah, guys, that is how you beat Night 2. So I'm sure they'll probably end up tweaking and making some changes to Night 2 to make sure that the game is running well. And hopefully that second Anguirus is not stuck for too long. But if he is still, then hey, take advantage of it while you still can if you're watching this. But yeah, so as you guys can see, Night 3 is also being worked on as well. I can't wait for it. And if you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you guys the next time. Peace.